Okay, so one thing pa is kani gud ang murag lisdan nako. At first samong kanang pag-uban very sensitive ko. And though if you have encountered them, mga American men, when they talk, very frank, very direct, usahay mo taas silang tingog, pero murag wala na sa ilaha. So, ang ginaingon nyo sa ko, dili ka maging sensitive or replyan ko o kanang K or kanang, basta kanang nahay mga things nga, I will be offended. He would say na, ayaw nagdibdib ba kay wala lang na sa kuan. Then, it's when I would be angry or I would be offended or I would be upset, I will really tell you, but don't be dili daw ko ma-full dapat sa iyahang kanang tingog lang good. So I usually like I end up like, why did you tell me like this? Sana, why are you? So I'm like, no, Floor, it's nothing, wala, don't make a big deal out of it. So one thing na kinahanglan jud nimo tanggalon is dili ako sensitive kay ko, dali ko ma-offend, dali ko ma-hurt. And fortunately my husband is a listener, and he would listen to kanang pag ma-offend nako, and then he would slowly really explain it to me. And I'm glad that I found a man like him. They would not be very kanang, I don't know, they call it dili daw sweet ang mga men here, but for me, I don't know. I'm really contented and happy that my husband is treating me, and at the same time, yeah. If I'm what do you call that? Kanang isang term niya nakalimot ko. Spoiled ko sa iyaha, muna. If dili ko gusto magluto, wala na siya reklamo. If dili ko gusto maghugas og pinggan, leave it that way. Kung dili ko gusto maglaundry, dili ko gusto maglimpyo, wala na siya say ana. It's in my own time, and it's my own decision, and he could take over. He's very independent, so he could do things in the house. He would just say, I may not be able to cook for you, but I could do things in the house. So it's only like the way na daw kung gusto na ko yung aning way, ako bahala. So, and one thing that's really like I appreciate about them, yeah, of course, to be honest, when you find the husband, you want him to be at least a good provider. Kay when you're a mom, dili pwede nga mom ka na magrubo-rubo po ka para sa pamilya. But I really appreciate women that could work at the same time take care of their family. Pero pag bago kang panganak, it's very difficult. I don't know, but for those women who could do that, I salute you. You're a superwoman. But my husband is a very good provider for our kids, for me, for our needs. He knows what we need. He asks what we want, and at the same time he provides more than what we asked for. So that's also one like mga tanas ako nga kamusta Fleur, like my husband is a very good listener, at the same time he's a very good provider. We have a very simple life because we choose to, but I never lack of anything up to my family. He's providing for that, and I know a lot of you knows that most of them really like extend their help up to sa inyong family. So yeah, okay, so I'll continue. One thing also that I really appreciate about their culture is what is in the past is past. Like I think most of you knows that I'm a single mom, and what do you call that? So I have like a past. So kanang they don't care, and even the families are like very open with that, and they're like, because of it's really happening na magkaroon ng two families na, I mean two persons na pwede na sila yung anak sa ilang mga previous marriage or previous relationship. So they're not kanang dili siya big deal, but I'm not telling it's a big deal in our country, but I have seen kanang couples and sometimes nagiging cause siya sa mga issues and problems because of the baggages when you go into the relationship or into the kanang tawag na no, kung magpakasal mo. And then one thing too is because they're very independent, kanang somehow you're like afraid of meeting the in-laws, but my husband would always assure me that they're very independent and they're very kanang they will help, but I've never met them yet personally, but so far they're very nice with me, and I really appreciate that. And kabalo naman yun mo nga very independent sila. It's a choice if you're 18 and you want to get out of the house of your parents, and it's up to you. So they decide for themselves, and their parents just let them learn, let them kanang kung mapandol sila, they will learn and they will just continue going on, growing up. So that's one thing that I really appreciate. And when it comes to kids, one thing that it's a new adjustment for me is we're used to co-sleeping. So when adding and me arrived here, we slowly trained her to sleep on her own room, not for the reason na culture nila. It's because we want to avoid bullying, because kaning mga bata mag-talk man gini sa school. So if she accidentally tells them that she's sleeping with her parents pa, pwede siya i-bully, katawaan siya. So we don't want that to happen, because here with Ethelfled, since day 1, wala na siya dili siya pwede. Even if at the hospital, they never allowed me to sleep with her on the bed. Kanang one time ako natulugan ko, tapos kapoy na kay kumubangon, kaya tahi na ako, sakit kaayo. So I just decided to put her on my bed, and one of the nurse, she's a Filipino, really like, please, ayaw buhata usab mamha kay kanang matanggal ko sa work, because this is a big no sa mga adere, kay kabalo ba ka sa SID, kanang sudden infant death syndrome nila dire, kay kanang say madatugan nila ang bata. I don't know, but I've been sleeping with Ading for most of her life, but fortunately wala man jud nahitabo nga nadatugan ako siya. But they're very particular with that. So Ethelfled is really sleeping on her bassinet since day 1. So wala na gid ni siya nasanay. Sometimes I would in the morning pag kanang mumata siya, tapos usahay maluoy ko, itapad na ko siya for a few minutes. But it's really like a no for them. So the kids really grow up independently. Dili na sila kanang mangita gud sa imo. I just go to her room, read her a story, and put her to sleep. Ingana ang ilaha diri ngano. So for example, like me na si Ading, it's a very big adjustment for me and her to do it. So mauna nag-struggle si Ading, but fortunately we were able to make it, and now she's really sleeping on her own. But sometimes syempre mangyo din siya kanang mami unta diri ka matulog. But yeah, for her own sake, not because I want to be cool nga mag-in ko diri ko unsang ilahang culture, but I have to do it for her, kay aware man gyud mo diba nga grabe ang bullying diri. So I don't want her to be kanang maging victim ana. So we're really teaching her to kanang ingana gud maging independent and never go with the flow, never dili maging cool. So bisag barka ganahan ka sa ilaha, if they are doing bad, you have to really get out of that circle of friends. So ingana po ng among, fortunately my husband's principle or kanang mga yung character is mga Filipino po. He's conservative, he believes in discipline, but he never kanang wala siya gabunal kay Ading. I'm the only one nga kanang kusi una ko usahay kay kulit na gid kaayo. So when
one thing that I really appreciate about him when he disciplines Ading is when Ading would start to melt down, like maghilak na siya, kaya na siya gustong-gusto niya, tapos na-acid siya, tapos murag ako helpless na, I need his help. He would just close the door and windows and let Ading cry, and then after that he would talk to him. Makatawanan ako kay maminaw ko, and then Ading be like, Daddy, like this, kanang taas kay siya patience ba nga, iyahang murag iyahatong ipasundan gud si Ading until nga ma-release ni Ading ang iyang frustrations or kung saan gusto, tapos i-explain na niya nga dili ka pwede maging anak kay ingani. So slowly I learned, and dati kanang mupalo jud ko kay Ading, but now I was able to control myself nga i-talk na ko siya, or kanang kinahanglan siya disiplinahon in a very kanang way nga mas peaceful. So either we talk to her or we let her cry for this certain time, pahilakon sa namo siya para mag-go siya na niyang frustrations, and then we'll wait for that time na maduol siya sa mua, tapos may istorya siya, and then fortunately that kind of discipline is a little bit kanang makita na ko nga helpful and positive, kay pag nakasala gud siya, dili siya mahimutang kung dili niya masulti. So naa na siya guilt feeling, and starting from that kanang kung gi-start niyo siya as early as possible, and then kanang gawas na siya sa balay, kabalo ka nga somehow she will conduct herself properly, hopefully someday. And then of course here the teenagers are very adventurous, and like my husband would say the word that they fly out of the earth ba na, mawala ka nang di na sila maminaw, maglagot sa sistema, which is kaagitaan na when we were teenagers. Our parents are very kanang kontrabida sa tuwa, but of course we're here in a very more kanang different nga place, so I have to be prepared with that. And my husband is also helping me with that, because he grows up here and he knows how it is. So he would input some of his like kanang way nga kanang mga unsang iyahang mga santaga na pwede nga buhaton na kung adili lang gukdo na ko siya bunal, magsige na siya katawa, paano na lang daw kung kanang naay man ligaw kay Ading, kung gukdo na ko og bunal or kutsilyo ang gihat kirigalo ni ko, magsige na siya katawa. So muna murag kanang those are the things, like tanaw na to siya murag ang other side is wala si Flor nag-adjust. Yeah, somehow I have to adjust because I'm on a different culture and country. So I have to be the one, dili ko pwede nga magsukol, kaya I have to learn to adapt with it. Unless nga naamo sa Philippines, then he will be the one because it's a different culture. But I'm here, so I have to learn and to survive here, and it's both difficult and fulfilling nga ma-achieve nimo somehow. Slowly you adjust with it, but at the same time it's like kanang we have to bend kung unsa ang ako ang for 37 years what I know, what I have learned. So it's like that. Pag moingon mo nga, hala, ako din mo adjust. If you're like, you have a fiancé or a boyfriend now na nasa Western countries, yes, we have no choice. As what, like, sa Bible gani, di ba, kanang si Esther, siya po nag-adjust. And then at the same time, si Ruth ba to, nga, nag-move siya into a different country. And of course, biblical po nga, kinanglan sunod ka sa imong husband kung asa siya mo adto. So for women, it's really like, I'm not telling you to be submissive, because their culture is not like that. Women are very empowered. It's up to you to adjust where you grow. It's up to you to adjust where you think that your right is not stepped on, because they accept, they talk about your equal rights. They never put you at the back. They never disregard your opinion. It's always there. It's up to you where to. Kaya ako marag usahay sobraan gani ko usahay kay dili na gyud ko mo argue, but he would always say if we're gonna buy this, for example na ami paliton nga medyo mahal gid siya for the family, and he would always ask for my blessing. So that's one thing. I'm not telling everyone to really go for someone nga taga diri, but that's my experience here. Kanang dili ko nagaingon niya para mo ingon sana all makikita ko ngani, but for me this is experience. But that's the thing that I'm saying, not every day is a perfect day, not every day is a sana all day. There would be ups and downs. It's up to you to maintain and meet halfway for your marriage as a nga mag-work as a couple. So there, I hope it helps. I hope someone who's like having someone here or someone in a different country will have something. I could not tell all of it. That's the only thing I remember right now. So thank you for watching this video. Until next time, please like, subscribe, and comment for below for any suggestions na gusto pa ninyo na buhaton akong video. Until next time, good night.